You guys are making me feel awkward. There's humans in here. No, thank you. God, they're just staring right at me. They're just staring right at me. It's so awkward. Well, I don't even care. Hi, everyone. It's Nikki. I'm here with the first time tag.
Can I just say hi to your fans?
Yeah.
Hi, Nikki's fans.
Mary said hi, Nikki's fans. We're gonna do a roommate tag soon also because I'm gonna drag her onto my channel. She's already in my vlog from finals week, so you should watch that. But like I said, we're doing the first time tag today. It sounds kind of raunchy, but it's really not. I looked at the questions, a little nervous to see it, but they're actually really interesting. I have them all on my computer right here. So I'm just gonna go through them. Side note, it has been beautiful weather. I don't know if any of you live in Southern California or want to come to Irvine for school, because I know some of you are like prospective UCI students, but it was like 80 degrees today and it's the end of January, so I love it. Okay, anyways, starting off, my first question, Mary, stop looking at me, is first tweet, and I actually had to look this up through like the online generator or whatever, and my first tweet was basically just me saying like, I'm still trying to figure out how to work this, so that's not exciting. First YouTube video, my first YouTube video I think is privated, because I made like a video of my family when I went to Florida for Christmas a couple years ago, but my first public one is one of my travel ones. Let me look. Ooh, I just made it to 550 subscribers. I just saw this right now. My first public YouTube video is my study abroad a day in Madrid. I love that video. I also love Madrid. I studied abroad there and in Rome, and it's so amazing. So if you guys are interested in travel videos, go check those out. Also, I didn't address the fact that I'm in a new setting. So my roommate and I actually just got a couch for our room, and we put up the lights and stuff, and sorry that the lighting is kind of weird, still trying to figure that out, but I thought that this was a cuter background, and I'm in love with this couch already. I'm really glad we got this. Number 3 is first person you subscribe to on YouTube, and I'm not sure. I've had a YouTube channel or a YouTube account for forever, and I'm pretty sure that the first person I actually subscribed to was Ingrid Nelson, Miss Glamorazzi. So she, or at least she was one of the first. Her and Juicy Star, Blair Fowler, I used to watch them a ton when I was in high school, so I think that Ingrid was the first one. Number 4 is first Facebook profile picture, so I'll insert that right here. I'm pretty sure it's the one of me in the palm tree, so I don't know what I was doing. But I know that I just bought that jacket and I thought I was looking real cute. That was like end of 8th grade, I think. The next question is, do you still talk to your first love? And my answer to that would be yes. Number 6 is, what was your first alcoholic drink? And honestly, I mean, I've always, like, growing up had, like, tiny tastes of, like, beer and wine. I feel like a lot of, like, kids and teenagers try that. But the first time I ever actually had any, like, sizable amount of alcohol was in college. And I think that the first time that I ever drank was, like, with maybe Fireball, which is really gross, or tequila, which is also really gross. What was your first job? My first job that I had was at Justice, the clothing store. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with it. It was like used to be limited to, I think, but now it turned into Justice and Brothers, so I worked there when I was in high school. Number 8 is, what was your first car? And the first car that I've actually had as my car is the one that I have now, which I just got a couple months ago. It's a Hyundai Elantra, but in high school I like shared a car with my dad, and we had a Subaru, and I really liked that Subaru a lot, but I'm actually have my own car now that I'm a senior in college, so that's cool. Number 9 is, who was the first person to text you today? And the first person to text me today is in this room. It was Suzanne, one of my sorority sisters. We were talking about like inspirational quotes, and so she was in the room when she texted me, but she texted me an inspirational quote, so that was the first person. Shout out to Suzanne. Number 10 was, who is the first person you thought of this morning? And I think that the first person I thought of was my roommate, who's also in this room. So shout out to people who are watching me film. This is like super ox, but not really. Mary, love her. But yeah, we woke up and like, we woke up at the exact same time basically, and we told each other our dreams that we had last night, and we just like are always like dramatic and emotional together. I've turned her into an emotional wreck. It's really great. But if you guys want to see a roommate tag, thumbs up this video, because I really want to force her to sit down and do it, because it would be so much funny. So it would be so much fun, so I'm trying to get her to do that. Number 11 is who was your first teacher? And my first teacher, I'm usually really good about remembering my teachers' names, but I think my teacher's name was Miss Penny in preschool, but I forgot. I know that Miss Barbula was my kindergarten teacher. The peanut gallery won't shut up, you guys. I'm sorry that if you can hear them snickering in the background. So number 12 is where did you go for your first ride on an airplane? And I believe that I did go on a plane when I was a baby to Colorado, but I don't remember that at all, obviously. So I think that the first time oh no, it was when I was in 2nd grade, we flew to Las Vegas for like a family like trip with my aunts and uncles and stuff. So I think that that was the first time in 2nd grade for sure. And I remember that it was a really short flight, but I thought it was really fun. And so that was it. And the first time I flew like by myself anywhere was to Florida to visit my aunt and uncle. Number 13 is who is your first best friend and do you still talk? My first best friend ever was when I was a little tiny kid. I used to live like up in the mountains in the middle of nowhere. And my best friend was this little boy named Cody, and he was like in the neighboring like family, like our closest neighbors, which was pretty far away from our cabin or whatever, our house. And yeah, we still talk, like not regularly. I don't live near him at all, but we're friends on Facebook, so that's kind of cool because it's like 21 years later and we're still friends, so that's nice. Number 14 is where was your first sleepover? And honestly, I have no idea. Like I used to go sleepover at friends' houses when I was like a little kid, but this one I don't have an answer to because I don't know who remembers that information, but I don't, so sorry. Number 15 is what is the first thing you do in the morning? And generally, I just like lay there and stare at the ceiling and like dread getting up or snooze my alarm and go back to sleep. I hate getting up in the morning. But generally, I'll just like check my notifications on my like text messages and stuff. And then the first actual thing I do in the morning is just like, I really lay in bed for so long before I actually have to get up. So I guess that's what I do. I also just like get up and go to the bathroom. I feel like that's what everybody does. I don't know. I have done a night routine though. So if you're interested in seeing what I do at night, I have that up. I might do a morning routine eventually coming up, maybe like a school morning routine and how I get ready. Because I honestly get ready pretty quickly if I have to. But a lot of times I'm also late to the bus. So, or I'll just like skip class. Sorry, Mom. But yeah, I do fine in school. It's fine. I'm a senior. I'm graduating, don't freak out. The next one is what was the first concert you ever went to? And surprisingly, I didn't go to any concerts until I was, like any real like big artist concerts until I was in high school. And the first concert I went to was with Train, Gavin DeGraw, and The Script. And it was so much fun. I love Train, even though they're like, I feel like an old person band, but I love them. Number 17 is first broken bone, and I am very proud to say, knock on wood, that I have never broken a bone. Technically, I can tell people that I like broke my neck because when I was in cheer in high school, I was a back spot for, if any of you know what that is, basically I had to like catch people like this, and it would like pull the little like muscles, ligaments, I don't know, I'm gonna sound really uneducated, but it pulled something back here and it like fractured off a little tiny piece of the bone in my neck, but it was never bad enough to ever hurt me more than like an inconvenience. So the doctor said technically you can tell people you broke your neck, but like I've never actually broken a real bone, basically. Number 18 is first piercing, and I only have one piercing, and that is in my ears, and I got this actually when I was like 2 months old, so I never had to remember it, and I've had my ears pierced ever since. Number 19 is first foreign country you've ever been to, and the first time I ever went out of the country was when I studied abroad in spring. I talk about this in like all my videos, and like I said earlier, I have videos up on my channel already of study abroad. The first actual country that I got to visit and explore was Spain, but we technically flew into Turkey first. We were in Istanbul for like an hour on a layover, but I never got to explore or see the country at all. Number 20 is first movie you remember seeing, and I think that my earliest memory with a movie is probably A Bug's Life or Little Mermaid. Number 21 is when was your first detention, and I have never had detention. I'm a good student. I'm a good kid. I don't know why this is even a question because I feel like it assumes that everyone's had detention. I don't think I ever had detention. Although I did in elementary school. We had this thing called the bench, and we had to go sit on the bench if we were like bad during recess. We had to sit on this bench, and I had to go sit on the bench a couple of times, but I think that was mostly for like not turning in homework, or like one time I like harassed this other girl to like dared her to do something, and then I got in trouble. So Number 22 is who was your first roommate? My first roommate was in college because I am an only child. So my first roommate is Tiff. Hi Tiff if you're watching. We met each other online on Facebook before coming into school, and we like got along and bonded over the fact that we watched Ellen together, and so we just ended up being roommates, and it worked out perfectly. She was like the most amazing freshman roommate I could ever ask for because I've heard of horror stories, so I got super lucky with her. Number 23 is what is the first thing you do when you get home? Generally when I get home from like class or something, I will like get into my bed. I don't usually always change into comfy clothes or anything, but I definitely just like take my shoes off and lay in bed for a little bit, or I'll like talk to my roommate or get a snack or whatever, but most of the time I'm just lazy and want to just take a nap. Number 24 was when was your first kiss? And I am proud to say I'm a late bloomer. The first time I had my first kiss was in college when I was 18. I was almost 19. It was like 2 months before I turned 19. So if any of you watching haven't had your first kiss, it's not anything to be ashamed about. But yeah, that's fine. I was old. Who cares? Lastly, number 25 is who did you first watch on YouTube? And this kind of goes back to the who did you first subscribe to, but definitely the first people that I watched were Ingrid Nilsson, Blair Fowler, Elle Fowler. I watched Tyler Oakley from a pretty early on age. And Jenna Marbles. She's been like a classic for forever. So those are definitely the people that I watch, and I still love them and still subscribe to their YouTube channels. So it's kind of cool to see them come full circle. Okay, so that is all of the questions for the tag. I'll leave them down below if any of you are interested in seeing the questions or doing it yourself. Like always, please subscribe to my channel. You don't need a YouTube account. You can just go ahead and click that subscribe button if you have a Gmail or anything, and it'll still work. And like this video if you enjoyed watching it. So that's all I have for today, and I'll see you next time. Bye!